Hello everyone, and welcome to Trending in My Life. This week's podcast is episode 42, and this week I'm talking about the playground. Life's playground. There are swings, there's a seesaw, there's a roundabout. It's hard to know which bit we're going to play on next. So you might have noticed that there's a few ups and downs in life, just like being on the seesaw. And you might be up 1 minute and down the next. Then you might be on the swings, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. There's plenty of boring bits of life. The thing is, we all want to play in the playground because it looks so good. There's all these different things to play on. So we do. We take part. We go from one thing to another, testing it out. I kind of like the slide. That used to be my favourite. You'd climb and climb to the top and whoosh down the other side. There were those roundabouts where one or two people would hold the rail and scoot at the side with their feet to make it whirl round, and the ones in the middle felt a bit giddy and sick and sometimes it was going way faster than they wanted and they couldn't get off. But other times it was thrilling and exciting to go whizzing round. And who hasn't been on the swings and tipped the swing slightly back so they feel like their feet are in the sky? That's one of those things I think we all do, which technically would mean the whole world was upside down, but we don't really think about it like that. Just too busy enjoying it. The thing is, we never know what's coming next in life, whether it's going to be an up or a down or a in-betweeny bit where nothing much is going to happen. You're just going to get up, go to work, come home, start again the next day. Sometimes you have to do the boring bits in order to get to the good stuff. Sometimes we're saving money to go on a vacation. Sometimes we're saving up for a wedding or to start a family. Sometimes we're saving up to buy a really special jacket that we've been walking past a shop window and seeing it for months and months, and we're almost there. We've almost saved enough money for it. We all want the good bits all of the time. Sometimes we need the down bits to appreciate the up bits. It just gives us a sense of what we've gained, how far we've come, and that it's all really, really good when you're on the up bits. There are surprises we can't anticipate, some good, some bad. It's all part of life. I went out yesterday with a plan of somewhere to go on the train to do some filming. Got to the station, and it was 11 minutes till the next train, and I thought, oh, that's too long. I'll just walk along a different road and go to a different station. And I set off, and I realised I was walking on along a road I never had been down before. And I thought, well, this is quite interesting. You know, the houses are different, the trees are different, the gardens are different, and I was quite enjoying the walk, even though that's not what I planned to do in the first place. Then when I got to the other station, the train that I wanted wasn't running, so I ended up changing my plans, going somewhere else, walking quite a bit more than I'd planned. But then the weather was good, and I started to just appreciate where I was and what I was doing. And then today when I got up, well, actually I got up really early because I'd got a headache. So I came and lay on the sofa with a cold pack on my head, and it gradually got light out, and by the time it got light, my headache had gone. So I thought, okay, maybe we'll try this again. We'll try going to that same first station and see if we can go where I wanted to go. And today it was easy, simple. In fact, I got all the way there, did the filming I wanted to do, and got home by 10 o'clock, which was amazing. And then I have the rest of the day to do all the other things that I'd planned to do. So I've done some crafting, and I'm going to do some baking later this evening, and I've edited a short, I've filmed a different short, and now obviously I'm recording my podcast. So the day has seemed very long, but in a good way long. Sometimes you get that. Sometimes if you're at work and the day seems long, you're just watching the clock and it's dragging and dragging and dragging, and you wish the time would pass quicker. But sometimes when it's weekend and the day seems long, it's a good thing, because you're having a good time and you're packing lots in, and you're going to be able to look back on it on Monday and say, wow, that was a really good weekend. I did a lot with that weekend. And that's the thing. I didn't know what was going to happen Saturday, and I didn't know what was going to happen Sunday. But you have to kind of enjoy the ride. You have to go along with it. And I find I try at weekends, if plans don't work, I don't get stressed about it. I think, oh well, let's just do this instead. And then you find you're enjoying it, because although it was unexpected and you didn't plan it, you're still not working, you're still free and wandering around and seeing things and doing things, and it really isn't all that bad at all. In fact, you're quite enjoying yourself. And that's the thing with life. You're in this playground and you're trying all these rides and seeing what they're like. And some of them you enjoy and some of them you don't, and sometimes you want to switch to something else. And it's like you might start a career and be absolutely sure that's what you've always wanted to do. And then 10 years into it, you could say to yourself, do you know what? Yeah, I don't think this is for me. I think there's something else I'm interested in now. I might just try something else instead. And then you start a second career and you like that better than the first one. But the first one was fine when you first had it and when that was all you wanted. But then, like all human beings, we change as we grow older, and some of the things that you wanted when you were younger aren't the same when you're older. The other thing, of course, is not all the kids in the playground are nice. Some are mean, and some are absolutely lovely. Just console yourself with the fact that if you're coming across some of the mean ones lately, then there'll be some of the nice ones waiting for you in the future. It swings and roundabouts. You have to just go with the flow and don't get too down about the fact that people are being mean. You just keep your standards high and treat people with respect. I think we all know that there's going to be ups and downs, and some of them are worse than others, and some of them are better than others. And if we just accept that and think, well, I just have to cope with it, I just have to deal with it, and try not to be overwhelmed, and take it a step at a time, and think of things you might be able to look forward to in the future that may not be connected to what you're going through now, but just something to see light at the end of the tunnel where you can see things getting better one day. You can make a plan for where you're going in life, what you're doing, and it can be a very good plan, and you can have thought of all the things that could possibly go wrong and all the things that could go right. And then when you're actually living that plan, things just crop up that you hadn't even thought of. And maybe it's not quite the right plan for you as you move along, and you have to change things and see if you can go in a slightly different direction. Life's like that, but it doesn't mean it's a bad thing. Changes are something that you have to embrace and just live with and go through and make the best of it. We're here and we're making our way in the world. I'm looking forward to my vacation starting at the end of the week, and part of me wants to start planning. I'm going to do this day, this that day. And part of me doesn't want to plan at all and just be completely spontaneous and just go with the flow. Just get up and go, okay, what shall I do today? For the first time in absolutely ages, the sky looks like it's going to chuck it down with rain. And we've had lots of sunny days. It's not particularly hot, but very sunny. And especially because we're in April now, and April is famous for April showers. So we usually get a lot of rain in April. But the garden is looking very, very dry. I'm doing this thing where I resist doing the gardening. Plenty of time in the months to come. But I'm just leaving it to do what it wants. Because I could be out there watering it every day. And I thought, when we come to June, July time, I have to do that, otherwise everything could dry up and die. But I don't have to do that now. I can see it's all growing and, there's more flowers on things and things are getting slightly taller, things like that. And it's kind of just managing by itself, even though it's not been raining. And as I see this dark sky now, I'm thinking, oh, my plants will be so happy when that happens. And the thing about the grass needing mowing, I'm still resisting that. And both neighbours, either side of me, have mowed their grass. I'm just this one left in the middle. And I was like feeling guilty that I hadn't mowed it anyway. And now it's worse because I'm the odd one out. No, I don't want to mow the grass till Easter. That's traditionally when I would mow the grass for the first time in the year. And it's one of those things that once you do it, you're doing it every week or every 10 days till the summer ends and you're halfway through. I think last year I didn't stop mowing it till about October. So yeah, I don't want to start it sooner than I need to. But there's lots of things in life where you have to do certain things to take care of your environment. It's a bit like housework. I don't think any of us enjoy it, but by doing it, we live in a clean and tidy environment that's more pleasant to be in. I do definitely think that when you get overwhelmed by how much cleaning and stuff you have to do wherever you live, there's this whole philosophy of doing, like, you set a timer and do 10 minutes a day, and you pick a room and you just do that room for 10 minutes. And that kind of thing I think is great because then you don't become overwhelmed with things. And I think you could also apply it to lots of other things in your life. If you feel overwhelmed by anything, if you just set a timer for 10 minutes and try and solve a problem for 10 minutes or try and figure out a plan to get you closer to what you want for 10 minutes. At least you've taken a step, you've done something, but you've not felt, oh gosh, it's going to take me forever and that kind of thing, because it's just a snapshot in your day and not the whole of your day. And we all know things don't always turn out the way we want them to, and sometimes we have to adjust to that. And at first that's not something we enjoy, but then after a bit we get used to it and think, well, it's not so bad really. And there's lots of circumstances that applies to. I'm sure you can apply that to something in your life. You can have a downer happen, something that you get some news or you're going through something that's bringing you down, and you just have to try and take it one step at a time and hang in there. Look for the little positives just to keep your spirits up and keep going. That's what we need to do. Just keep going and things will change and things will get better, like they always do in life. I'm just switching location for a few minutes, which is why you'll hear the fridge humming, because I'm looking at the kitchen window and it's raining. It's so cool. It's been ages since it's rained. And like I said, my plants in the garden are so happy. But yeah, oh wow, look at that rain. That's incredible. I mean, I know that sounds stupid, but I bet you it's been at least a month since we've had any rain at all. And it's just so cool. I should actually open the door and you could hear it. Key in the door, turn the lock, open the door. This is wonderful. Unexpected. I'm up on the top of that seesaw. It's often the little things in life that make you happy. And this is one of them for me. So I'm wishing you a very happy week. And I'm hoping that you're on the upside of the seesaw this week. And that you're enjoying your life and looking for the good things. And if you're not, well, I hope you will be soon. I hope you enjoyed listening to this podcast. Please like, comment, subscribe, share with a friend, and come back next time. Bye for now.